You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, Days of Our Lives fans. It is Melinda from Soap Dirt, and I've got your Days of Our Lives episode info for today, Thursday, July 20th. And we've got 4 huge spoilers jumping off of stuff that was also going on Wednesday. If you didn't watch Wednesday, it was a whole lot of fun. Maggie, unfortunately, still doesn't know that Sarah is pregnant, even though she walked up on a discussion and Bonnie was lying so badly. Maggie just seems to be completely out of it. It was also fun seeing Melinda Trask very upset to find out that her blind date is Li Shin, and that carries over on to Thursday. And then we have other Shin family members involved. All right. We also have some Eric and Sloan action. We have Tripp and Wendy, and we've got Johnny DiMera talking to his former stepdad, Rafe. All right. There is a lot to unpack. If you haven't already, please reach down, click subscribe so you don't miss any of our Days of Our Lives updates. All right. Let's dig into this Thursday episode. All right. So we have got first Eric Brady is making a big move with Sloan Petersen. Now, I'm expecting that they're going to move in together. I'm not sure if that's the big move from the spoiler. What we do know is that Eric and Sloan have a huge life-changing event happening this week. And based on the spoilers, it looks like it does play out on Thursday, July 20th. Which, by the way, is season 58, episode 219, if you're keeping track on a sheet somewhere. All right. So in the promo, we've got Sloan and Eric staring at a pregnancy test stick, and he's asking her, do you think you might be pregnant? Well, she's going to pee on this stick on Thursday, and guess what? She's pregnant, and she's definitely pregnant with Eric Brady's baby. Now, Nicole might also be pregnant with Eric Brady's baby. And this is going to be the subject of a lot of stress for Sloan next week because they're going to read this pregnancy test and Eric's going to be thrilled. I mean, he has no biological children of his own that we know of. And for that reason alone, he was super duper excited when Nicole turned up pregnant, not because he was particularly proud of getting hopped up on biscuits and banging her, but just the idea of having a bio kid of his own. I mean, he's been a stepdad several times, but this is different. This is a kid of his own. And so Sloan has given this to him, but the problem is Sloan has also given him a big fat lie. He thinks there is no chance that he is the father of Nicole's baby, but you'll recall that Sloan dipped that DNA paternity swab in her own cheek. So all we know is that Sloan's not the daddy of Nicole's baby. We don't know if it's Eric's baby or EJ's baby. And things get really dicey for Sloan, who, of course, is going to be really happy that she's pregnant because she loves Eric. She wants to keep him. And this is like one step closer to securing a future with the man that she loves. And you can't blame him. Greg Vaughan's adorable. I mean, right? But the problem is that EJ and Nicole are seeing a new high-risk pregnancy specialist, and that specialist is going to run a battery of tests. And those test results could refute the paternity test. I mean, it could come out with genetic markers. It could come out with blood type. Who knows what's going to happen? But Sloan is going to be crapping her lady lawyer pants next week when she hears about these tests. And next week is also when EJ and Nicole find out that Sloan is carrying Eric's baby. For EJ, this is great news, right? Because it's like, okay, one more barrier between Eric and the woman I love who he thinks is carrying his child. I mean, it's very soapy, of course, for Eric to finally get 2 babies when he's had none. But if it's just about frequency of a coitus, to use a proper word for it, it should be EJ's baby. But in terms of the soap world, if you sleep with one random guy, usually your ex, one night, that's going to be your baby daddy. So we also have Tripp Johnson surprising Wendy Shin. He is over the moon that she has chosen him instead of Johnny DiMera. And of course, one of her big sticking points was Johnny's ongoing presence in his ex-wife Chanel Dupree's life. So maybe Tripp's going to surprise her with a big date night. I mean, it's kind of weird for Wendy and Tripp because they're already living together. And And dating your roommate like that, it's kind of weird. I think it's going to put things on fast forward, but it will definitely make things awkward if they break up, right? All right. We also have Johnny DiMera just upset about Wendy choosing Tripp, and he needs someone to talk to. And his mom isn't in town. Sammy Brady remains gone. And so he is going to talk to his former stepdad, Rafe Hernandez. Of course, he could talk to EJ, but he's talking to Rafe for some reason. And Rafe is actually a good person for him to talk to because Rafe has a ton of experience being dumped. He has been dumped by half of Salem, I feel like. Right now, he's got something good going with Jada, and maybe that will stick. But we all know Rafe's been dumped by like Hope and Sammy and Nicole, and I could keep knitting that list for a while. So I think the only person who didn't dump him was Ava Vitale, and she was bat crap crazy. Everybody else eventually dumps Rafe. All right, so maybe he'll have some good advice from all his experience at Heartache. And finally, the last spoiler is about Melinda and Li Shin, and this is super fun. I was really enjoying their date scenes at that little bistro there in Salem. We're going to dig into that last spoiler in 1 second, but if you haven't, please click subscribe so you don't miss any of our day's updates, and we'd love it if you click a like if you're enjoying these videos. So this spoiler feels like it could have been for Wednesday. It's Melinda Trask finds something in common with Li Shin. Well, is it something else? Because what they have in common is that wine. I can't remember the name of it. Broken Bicycle. I don't know. It was some strange wine name. And then she was telling him this story about biking through Napa Valley in California and how she really loves this wine. And it's one of his favorite wines. And she was not happy to find out that he was her blind date, but the wine got her to stay. He wasn't thrilled that it was D.A. Trask either, but they're bonding. And I mean, what's interesting about this in particular is Melinda wanted Stefan and Lee wanted Gabby, and neither got what they wanted. And will they rebound together or will they plot together to try and break up Stefan and Gabby? Hopefully they will just be happy to keep dating, because by the end of next week, it is time for Stefan and Gabby's wedding, and hopefully that will go off without a hitch. I say that laughingly. It will not go off without a hitch. It is a wedding in Salem. Those things don't generally go well. They did leave Abe and Paulina's wedding on Juneteenth alone, maybe out of respect for Juneteenth, but a lot of other weddings literally blown them up with bombs. So this is supposed to be a double wedding with Dimitri and Gwen butting into Stefan and Gabby's big day. So I predict chaos, wedding day chaos. But that's everything we have for you for the Thursday, July 20th episode of Days of Our Lives. If you are reading recaps, checking out our videos, and still haven't signed up for Peacock because you don't like the idea of having to pay for the show, I just want to say this, that if you have a satellite or cable subscription at all through almost any carrier, you get Peacock for free as part of it. You go to peacock.tv, I think. And you click sign in, and there's a little box, and then it pulls up like all the cable providers or the most common ones. And if yours isn't there, there's like a little box to click to find more, and you can go through a searchable list of a gazillion cable and satellite providers. And if yours is on that list, you click, and you don't even have to do a sign in. It just signs you in with your satellite or cable credentials, and then you can watch the episodes for free. So you don't have to pay the $4.99 a month. And by the way, Peacock is about to raise its rates like $1 a month, and then it's $2 a month going up for premium. I'm paying for premium so I don't have to sit through commercials, since I cover all these soaps for work reasons. So I don't like to sit through the ads, but if you don't mind sitting through the ads, you can get it for free, just so you know.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.